I know you guys got a little bit more in you than that. I've got to know you in the last 20 minutes. I love you, and I know you got more. So you ready for your next comment? One of my absolute favorites. He travels all over the country with a writer for Screen Rant. Please start clapping right now. Make it very, very,
very all right, yes. We keep it going for Paul Conyers, ladies and gentlemen. Let him hear it. All right, it's nice to be here in Morro Bay because I live in South Central Los Angeles, right on the corner of Crip and MS-13. I know that for a fact. It's spray painted on my house. In fact, you know you live in a bad neighborhood when you go to the grocery store in the middle of the night. I'm talking like 10, 11 o'clock. There's a little girl out front selling Girl Scout cookies for $10 a gram. For those of you that listen to rap music, I live on the corner of Schoolboy Q and Nipsey Hussle. All right. But here's the crazy thing, though. Like, I've been living in South Central for about 5 years now, and the world has gotten even crazier in that time. People getting shot in school, people getting shot in daycare, people getting shot at the movie theater, people getting shot in the state of Maine. Maine. I know there was enough people to have a mass shooting in Maine, but then it happened, all right? I'm happy living in the hood where it's fucking safe, okay? Seriously, man, I know all my neighbors. We got bars on all our doors and windows. We all got guns. There's police everywhere. And more importantly, there's no white guys walking around with guns. I never felt safer in my goddamn life. Oh, man. But it is nice to be out here amongst you guys with your good credit and everything. Like, I was looking around on Zillow. I was like, woo, you guys bought your houses 30 years ago. That is the only way. I would have did the same thing, but I was 10. So guess I screwed that up. You know what I mean? Oh, man. I recently went back up to the Bay. I'm going up there after this week because I'm going to the San Francisco Punchline. But I was recently back in the Bay in San Jose. And I got nostalgic because I went past this building that made me happy because I remember I had my 10th birthday there because it used to be a Chuck E. Cheese and now it's a strip club. And I'm just happy that 30 years later, they still want to host my birthday. Pays to stay on that mailing list, you know what I mean? Oh man, can you imagine? I hope they kept everything like Chuck E. Cheese themed. I hope that's the theme of the strip club. I hope they call it Lusty Teases and shit, you know? Lusty Teases comes with its own built-in jingle. Lusty Teases, for $40 she'll suck your dick, or however it was. That'd be great. I hope they kept all the animatronics in the back. That'd be kind of creepy and shit. Now you got a giant New Jersey rat that's your fucking DJ and shit, like. All right, guys, do you like that last answer? That was Lola. All right, coming to the stage, we got Camry. Hit it, boys. Some giant yellow robot dog in a top hat with a guitar. She's my cherry pie. Maybe mud wrestling in the ball pit. You know? You can pay for your lap dance with tokens. You know? You know, on certain strip clubs, they have the lady that does that trick with the ping pong ball? Yeah. In the Chuck E. Cheese strip club, it's skee ball. Got to try and get it back in there. And no matter how good I do at that skee ball game, no matter how many tickets I win, I never get enough for the private dance, but I did get a finger trap, so that made me happy. That's all. Travel is honestly the hardest part about doing our job. Dealing with you guys is great. Like being on the road is rough, you know. I drove up here because I got to do this whole tour, and that's a lot easier than flying in a lot of ways because, like, Boeing. I fly a lot, and that scared the shit out of me. You know what I mean? The only thing more dangerous than flying on a Boeing plane is working for them. Boeing's killed so many whistleblowers, they're about to get a UAV. And the crazy thing about flying on all these airlines, I've flown every type of way. I've traveled every possible way there is. I've flown first class, I've flown last class. In fact, I got to perform for the troops a couple years ago, and they took real good care of us, man. They flew us out first class. You know what I mean? I had to go to Japan and Abu Dhabi, which were long flights, but I didn't care because I get to lay down and watch TV. That was really good. The military took real good care of us. We were at 5-star hotels and everything. And a month ago, I was in downtown Las Vegas in the Super 8 motel. Just to give you an idea of how far we've come in this process. You know what I mean? I've been first class, I've been last class. I now very certain what last class is. Yeah, I've flown the worst airline there is. And spoiler alert, it's not Spirit. Nah. Have any of you all ever had to fly Allegiant Airlines? I know that because you guys technically live in the middle of nowhere. So that's the only way you can get here, right? I know that. I found that out the hard way because here's how I knew I was in for an odyssey, right? I had to go do a show that was in like the middle of Washington. I think it was like Yakima, 3 Cities, something like that. Pasco, that's what it was, Pasco. I had to fly from Burbank to Pasco in Washington, right? My round trip ticket, $45. My bag was $100 each way. Yeah, that let me know immediately that my shit was worth more to them than I am on this plane. The door could fly off, this plane could crash, but if we land in the water and my bag goes to the top, they're selling my shoes. That's what I know. And here's something else that pissed me off. This is why I'll never fly Allegiant again, right? I'm standing in line to go through, the customer service so I can check my $100 bag. I go to the lady, she checks my bag and everything. She's like, "Hey, do you have your boarding pass?" I was like, "No, I don't." Prints it out for me real quick. I was like, "Thank you very much." Start to walk away. That'll be $25. They charged me $25 for the ticket I had already bought. That's like your drug dealer charging you for the plastic bag. I will stab you. I was happy to take my black ass to Spirit after that bullshit. Because say what you will about Spirit being shitty, and they are shitty, but at least you know how shitty they are. You know what I mean? Spirit is very upfront about what's going on, right? Like you might get your ass kicked in waiting for the plane, but nothing's gonna happen to you on the flight. You know what I mean? If anything, you might not fly because there's no pilot. But so you're definitely not going down. Spirit can't afford to crash. That's what. There's very little fine print on a Spirit airline flight. Matter of fact, every time you get on a Spirit airline flight and they do their in-flight announcement, it just sounds like a black mother preparing her children to go into the grocery store. Hello, welcome to Spirit Airlines. Don't touch shit. Don't ask the shit. Because you ain't getting shit. Because we ain't got shit. You know what airline you flying on. This is Spirit Airlines. We not have peanuts. We not have beverages. We not have snacks. We not have meals. We not have Wi-Fi. We not have in-flight entertainment. You're lucky we have seats on this motherfucking plane. And we don't have you holding the ring like you're on the subway all the way to Cleveland. Your ticket was $45. It's a 7-hour flight to Cleveland. Sit down, shut the fuck up. We'll get you there as safely as you can. Thank you for flying the Philly skies. I will give you this one tip. If you do have to fly Spirit, whatever you do not get a connecting flight because they don't even stop at the fucking airport. That same woman will get back on the PA system like, "Thank you all for flying Spirit Airlines. We have reached our destination of Chicago. For those of you continuing on to St. Louis, please remain seated. For those of you getting off in Chicago, please go to the back of the plane, grab your parachute, wait for the red light, jump when it's your turn." For those of you with military experience, you are in boarding group A. Thank you for flying Spirit. Appreciate you guys. Oh man, I've been drinking a lot on this trip. It's fun. You guys drinking? Always a fun question to ask in a bar. I was getting wine drunk last night, so I was just acting all outside my character and stuff. I was like, where do you summer? I'm gonna have to sell my Tesla stock. If you're drinking tonight, please raise your glasses real quick. We are packed in here, standing room only. We're here loving each other, having a good time with the people we enjoy or at least trying to have sex with tonight. So, and on top of that, we all beat COVID to be here. So, in the spirit of exchanging bodily fluids, this toast goes out to nipples. Without them, titties would be pointless. Now, drink up. Love to drink. Alcohol is one of my favorite drugs. People like to buy me drinks after my shows. Hint, wink, wink. I was having a whole lot of fun when I was in college playing drinking games with my buddies, but I had to stop because my friends started playing a drinking game on me. Yeah, because I have this affliction as a comedian where if I get drunk off a certain type of liquor, I start to sound like a person that comes from the country that liquor came from. Give me an example. One time I was at a sushi bar with a bunch of my friends. We started doing sake bombs and my black ass became Japanese. My buddy's like, hey man, you want those support beers? Like, oh no, I ain't drinking no more. Hey, shit face. What the fuck is Mitsubishi Nintendo Yamaha Kawasaki. Taking my keys. I gotta be careful when I drink tequila because I drink myself Mexican more times than I care to remember. So one time I was at a party in Salinas, man. Somebody offered me some Cuervo. I was like, get that shit out of my face, fucker. No necesito más bebidas, ese. Estoy muy borracho, carnal. Go Raiders! That's only funny because it's true. It's too true, in fact. It happened to me one time. I was doing a show in East LA, and this chola came up to me upset about that Raiders joke. She was like, oh, you talking shit about the Raiders? I had a switchblade and everything. I was like, oh, shit. I had a thing on my feet. I was like, she took her eyebrows off right quick. She was sitting there stunned, I'm telling you. Shock all over her face. It's tempted to draw him back on happy. I only got stabbed 3 times. Okay. I'm a big guy. You're going to have to get in with a big knife. I'm sure you guys are familiar with the term white boy wasted. That's me with way too much Coors Light in my system. You know what I mean? Remember one time I was at a party with my buddies up in Santa Cruz, right? My buddy's a surfer, or his friends are surfers. I started drinking with them. I became a surfer myself. Yeah, I was drinking with them. He's like, hey, man, you want a Silver Blue? Oh, fuck no, dude. Fucking hammered, Chad. Oh, dude, I'm about to pass out. That's a party foul. I don't do that shit anymore. Fuck that. Ugh. Last time I got drunk in Santa Cruz, you fuckers drew a cock in my face with white out, you sons of bitches. You're still laughing at the white out part of that joke. You're more racist than you are. I appreciate your sense of humor. I'll tell you one alcoholic beverage I am never, ever, ever drinking again for political reasons. It is called Four Loko. The people under 40 just had a flashback, I feel. For those of you that have never heard of Four Loko, congratulations. You're living a good life. Keep it up. You're probably healthy. Four Loko is a combination of malt liquor and energy drink. Yeah, it's like Coke 45 and Rockstar. Yeah, exactly. I nicknamed it a liquid felony. Because you end up drinking 3 of them bitches, you black out, and you wake up in a holding cell next to a Raiders fan wondering what the fuck you just did to get there. Where are your eyebrows? Anyway. Now, I went to school for marketing. I studied the campaign. I'm now 100% convinced that Four Loko was created by the U.S. government to keep the black man down. I'm certain of this goddamn conspiracy. I've done the research. I'm sure. As far as beer is concerned, Four Loko is twice the size, it's twice as potent, it's half the price, and it tastes like Kool-Aid and fucking crack, okay? So don't believe it's targeted for black people. You should look at the flavors it comes in. Fruit punch, grape, raspberry, and I swear to God, watermelon. You pieces of shit. That shit was way more targeted for black people. Each one come with a coupon for Popeye's chicken and Sporting Waves right there in the goddamn can. I bought a Four Loko just see what it tastes like, just see what all the fuss was about. Every sip of that shit made me want to make poor life decisions, y'all. And my Four Loko was like, yeah, I think I'm gonna start a gang. We robbed that liquor store across the street. We put 40-inch rims on this Toyota Camry. I'm moving back to Fresno. That is the clapping laughter of people that have escaped Fresno. All right. I hope your parole officer never looks for you again. All right. Oh man, I love to drink, but my drug of choice is marijuana. I love smoking weed. Weed is awesome. I love the fact that it's so legal now, man. Like, there's stores everywhere for it. This is dope, pun intended. If you would have told me 20 years ago that I would get a receipt for the bag of weed I bought in a store that I can give to my accountant and write off as anxiety medication, I'm gonna ask you not to pass me that joint in 2004 because it's gonna get me 5 to 7 years. You know what I'm saying? But now we got stores in every corner. That shit's awesome. I can't wait for it to get to more mainstream stores like Costco. Because then I can finally buy my marijuana in the quantity that I require. You know? Look at them, boys. Sweet, I'm good for the week. Thanks, guys. Appreciate that. Kirkland Kush. I never tried this. Okay. And hot dogs $1.50. Yes. And a churro. Seriously, if Costco had weed, you would never leave. You'd be in there, you just sitting on the couches and shit. First time I ever went to a cannabis club, I felt like I was a kid in a candy store. And I was high at the time, so I felt like I was in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, right? Dude behind the counter is really short, had a bad tan. I thought he was Oompa Loompa because he's been Filipino. And because I was high, everything he said sounded like he was singing it to me, you know? I walk in, he hops on the counter. If you like to smoke cannabis, we have several ways to do it. Bake yourself a cake and chew it, or twist up a J. There's nothing to it. And he really did the jazz hands, so I left it up there like that. I was like, I'll take 2 bags of that shit, Spirit Fingers. Hook it up. He's like, coming right up. Oompa, loompa, doobity-doo. I have a bag of chronic for you. As you know by now, all the weed at Cannabis Club has titles: Grape Ape, Purple Herbal, Kirkland Kush, stuff like that. The strain I bought this time was actually called Willy Wonka, right? I took it home, rolled it up, smoked it. 15 minutes later, I'm licking the wallpaper off my house, y'all. My girlfriend at the time walks in. She comes home from work. Oh, God, I'm so sorry. What are you up to now? I'm just over in the corner like... Oh, baby, you got to try this. The snozberries taste like snozberries. And she took a hit. She got all bloated and blue. We had to go to the ER. That was bullshit. Oh man! During the pandemic, I discovered edibles. I've done them before, but I really got into them over the pandemic because I had nothing but free time. And on top of that, like everybody during the pandemic was just kind of making bread and shit like that. Everybody's learning to cook. Everybody's making baked goods. I decided to get baked goods. So I started making my own snacks and stuff, but with weed butter. And to make my own edibles, and I got way too good at making weed butter, super good at making weed. I became a mad scientist, and I know my formula was too good one time. I made a plate of brownies, went to sleep, woke up the next morning, trail of ants passed out on my kitchen counter. I was like, God damn, this shit works better than Ray. I knew they was high as shit from the food they tried to take back to the anthill and shit. There was like 17 of them trying to take a Twizzler and shit. I was like, okay, I see what you up to. All right, they gave me the light. I'm going to tell you about this last thing before I get up out of here. I said my girlfriend at the time because I am single now because the pandemic broke up everybody. Because maybe not everybody, but there's a lot of people that broke up. For me, when I was in a relationship, before the pandemic, we were together for 5 years. And during the pandemic, we were together for 25 years. That shit was ridiculous. It felt like the third level of the dream and Inception. You know what I mean? Like, shit will not end, you know? Man, we got to the point where she's like, I just want to see other people. I was like, woo, yes, high five. Okay, cool. We love amicably, you know what I mean? And now I'm out here in these dating streets, and it's rough because when I first started dating, there was apps hadn't even taken off yet. It was still online dating sites and shit. You know, they had like eHarmony for everybody that had $25 a month, Plenty of Fish for everybody that didn't. You know, Christian Mingle for hypocrites. Snapchat me that pussy for the Lord, you know? Christian Mingle had the wildest profiles. You get on a chick's thing, she'd be like, I'm looking for a nice, down-to-earth man who's into Psalms, Genesis, and anal. Because Jesus can't see back there. Oh, man, they got J-Date for Jewish people. They had Asian Date for white guys. They had something for absolutely everyone, you know? They even, back then, now there's 6 or 7 of them, but back then they just came out with a black version of Tinder, and I really wish they left that left that in the oven a little longer, because the name they came out with for this app is, I swear to God, this is true, Soul Swipe. Yeah, I wish they just went with Black Tinder, because that's way less fucking offensive than Soul Swipe, okay? If that was any more stereotypical, every time you scratch on somebody, every time you swipe on somebody's picture, it sounds like a DJ scratching. These damn Popeye's chicken ass keep popping up. This is some bullshit. Went on a date with this chick I met on an app, and I got catfished. Actually, let me rephrase. I came up with a different term because it didn't quite get catfished. She looked exactly like a profile picture. But I realized ladies have this online trick photography that I like to call the iceberg pose. That's when all your selfies come from way up here. All we see is lips and titties, right? And I call it the iceberg pose because much like an iceberg, 85% of your mass has been cropped out of this goddamn picture. It all lies below the surface, right? I met this chick in person. She was twice the person I was expecting to meet. I didn't get catfish. I got Moby Dick on that particular occasion. And here's the thing, I'm not gonna body shame a chick, you know what I'm saying? I'm a big guy, right? I fuck in my weight class. I got no problem with big girls. I had no problem with the body, I had a problem with the lie, you know what I'm saying? I love me some big girls, but here's the thing, when I'm with a big girl, I found out that logistically, you can't be big all over, all right? Because I realize that I'm built like the Michelin Man, and if you're also built like the Michelin Man, we ain't gonna touch shit. We just gonna be burning rubber all night long. That's all gonna happen. It's gonna sound like a side show. Post ride the whip. You having fun, y'all? Listen, I gotta get up out of here. You got a bunch of other fantastic comedians. Before I do, follow me on Instagram. If you really like my set, I'm selling these lighters that are also bottle openers tonight because I know my market, damn it. All right, take care. Cory Robinson. Like that shit on fire. That was good, man. I like it.